Now let's look at the extension of inventory turnover ratio, which is days inventory in hand. What is days inventory in hand? This in essence says that with the available inventory, how long can you run the business? How long can you run the business? This is days inventory in hand. Or you can also look at it this way. How many days of production is remaining unsold? If you look at it from a finished goods perspective, this interpretation would be better. If you look at it from raw material perspective, this interpretation would be better. So in both the cases, in the second case, how many days of production is remaining unsold? So as a businessman, you would want to produce something and sell immediately rather than storing it in your godown. So if this number is lower, it is always better. Similarly, in this case, how many days of inventory do you have as your cushion? Ideally, you always want to follow this just-in-time principle. You do not want to block your money in inventory. So hence, if you are using JIT in inventory, then your JIT, that is just-in-time inventory, you want your days inventory in hand to be as less as possible. The days inventory can be calculated as inventory divided by daily cost of goods sold. So meaning you would require, you are selling this much amount of goods every day, for which you are maintaining this much amount of inventory. Let's put some numbers. So let's say this is 100 and my daily cost of goods sold is 10. So this would mean that I have 10 days worth of inventory in my hand. So without buying additional products, I can continue my production for 10 more days. That is the interpretation. Now what we have here is yearly cost of goods sold and not daily cost of goods sold. So to convert that into daily cost of goods sold, I will do inventory divided by yearly COGS divided by 365. Right? Yearly COGS divided by 365. So if you can rewrite this formula, the denominator of denominator goes into numerator, which means 365 into inventory divided by yearly COGS. This will lead to 365 divided by yearly COGS divided by inventory. Yearly COGS by inventory is nothing but inventory turnover ratio. So all you have to do is 365 by inventory turnover ratio, which gives you days inventory in hand. As I said, inventory by daily COGS is inventory turnover ratio, but we have yearly COGS. So what we do is inventory by yearly COGS divided by 365 to convert this into daily COGS. So if you rearrange this formula, take this to numerator and bring that to denominator of denominator, you get 365 by yearly COGS by inventory. Yearly COGS by inventory is nothing but inventory turnover ratio. So eventually it becomes 365 by inventory turnover ratio. So days inventory in hand is nothing but 365 by inventory turnover ratio. So let's calculate that. Equal to 365 divided by 33.41. So what has eventually happened is last year they had 33.4 days worth of inventory on an average. This year they are having only 29.96 or let's say 30 days of inventory on an average. As we discussed in the beginning, lower the inventory, better it is, right? Because you do not want your money to be blocked in the system. You want to have little inventory and produce more goods. So if you have only 30 days of inventory compared to 33 days of inventory, then your efficiency is improving. So seeing this number, you can say that the days inventory in hands, they are maintaining lesser inventory and hence they are becoming more efficient. This is how you have to look at and interpret days inventory in hand.